Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now today we have a few things to go through. There was a new patch that dropped last night, well, in the early hours of the morning, so we're going to go through the new patch. Also, ARK is free on PlayStation. We're going to be reading through all the details you need to know about that, because there is a deadline if you do play on PlayStation to be able to claim it. And welcome new PlayStation players if you are joining us for the first time ever in the world of ARK Survival Ascended. All I can say to you guys is prepare yourself for a bumpy but fun ride. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, thank you for watching. Drop a like if you're excited for today's video. Subscribe if you're new around here. And let's dive in with the video. Make sure to join the LoadedCrysis cluster for free servers. Okay, so we're kicking off the video with the brand new patch notes, and this is, if I'm correct, for PC, Xbox and PlayStation. Yep, it is. So as you can see, they fixed a server crash. Again, I can't tell you how many times that wildcard have fixed a server crash. Gravity Grenade no longer launches frozen characters. Either the character is affected by Gravity Grenade or the character is frozen, never both. Equipping a skin no longer increases your slot cap. No longer able to bypass structure limit on dinos. No longer able to get multiple death essences from a single dino. And fix some additional exploits. Now, this is obviously probably the last patch until Unreal Engine 5.5. Let's hope that isn't my last, my famous last words. But obviously that is what is coming up next. It is the 8th of May today. Tomorrow is the big community crunch, where a lot of players are like kind of all or nothing on this community crunch, because if nothing is released about Unreal Engine 5.5, then clearly there is a delay. Studio Wildcard still say in every single community crunch that Ragnarok is still coming on June 2nd, which is great news, I guess. But there can't be a Ragnarok if there isn't an Unreal Engine 5.5. The reason behind that is because they're building Ragnarok specifically in Unreal Engine 5.5, so it would not be possible to release Ragnarok without this update. So this week's community crunch, as I've said to many of you guys, is the last one before the end of the deadline. The deadline is Thursday, the 15th of May. And of course, deadline doesn't matter in the world of ARK. For any new PlayStation players that are watching this video and you don't know about this, Studio Wildcard are not strangers to a delay, which always means that things could be pushed back. The only thing is, obviously, the game is in dire need of this update. And to be honest, if you don't know, if you're not being in the community or you just haven't been checking up things, all of this content we're talking about right now was actually planned in 2024. Ragnarok was originally planned for September 2024, which is crazy. That's literally like, I don't even know how many months ago, and so was Unreal Engine. So fast forward, what, 8 months, 9 months, whatever it is. It's crazy how long it's actually, the plans have changed. Okay, so ARK is free on PlayStation. Now, of course, many of you guys have let me know that this is PlayStation Plus. I don't have PlayStation. It's similar to Xbox Games Pass, so obviously you're still kind of paying for stuff. But if I'm correct, does this mean that so it's PlayStation Plus monthly games for May, ARK Survival Ascended, Balatro, I can never say it, and Warhammer 40,000 is available to download? Is it the same as Games Pass in the sense of you have to have PlayStation Plus, and if you stop PlayStation Plus, you wouldn't be able to play for free? Is it like that? I don't know, because I'm not on PlayStation. But either way, if you're on PlayStation, you have PlayStation Plus, which I'm sure, do most of you guys have PlayStation Plus? I'm not sure. It's playable, well, it's been playable since May 6th. And ARK Survival Ascended tiers. So this is obviously a good thing for the community, because, ARK needs the players. It's now free. I think there's a deadline, right, to claim it. Is it I think that's how it works, right? I think until June, you have until the next one comes in. Does that then mean that you can't get it anymore? So if that's the case, I recommend you go and get yourself ARK Survival Ascended downloaded now and get it, because this is brilliant. Obviously it's already on Games Pass on the Xbox, so if you do have Games Pass, you can play it for free on the Xbox. You can play it for free on PlayStation, and Steam is the only one which has had a free. It might have had one free weekend so far. I think it has had one, but those free weekends is when ARK actually, but on PlayStation, on Steam, when there's a free weekend, it just means free weekend. You will have to buy it afterwards. But it's nice to see, and I welcome many of you new PlayStation players to the community. I'm LoadedCrysis. As many of you guys will know if you've been watching for a long time, I bring you guys constant daily updates on ARK. Some good, some bad. I say some. We do have some troubles, but the game's brilliant. If you're looking for a survival game, ARK's great, but I would recommend to wait for the Unreal Engine update that we've talked about before. I mean, you can start your journey now, but you will bump into some optimization issues. You will bump into some crashes. That's just been ARK for 10 years. But there is a new update coming, which is hoping to increase performance and obviously help the game in a big way. So let's hope that really does that. So yes, we are going to be getting the new community crunch tomorrow, and as I mentioned, it's such a massive one. Last week we found out that griffins will be breedable, and if you haven't watched my video 2 to 3 days ago, I go through every single new creature that is going to be coming to Ragnarok. Now, I did see a few comments of people saying, well, they're not new creatures. But one thing, I know ARK Survival Ascended is a bit of a reskin. It looks brilliant. It's still got the same issues as the old game. It kind of feels like it's built on the same thing, but it's a new game and that content isn't available. So many new players. If you're a long-term ARK Survival Evolved player, like I know a lot of you guys are, and I am, for us, those creatures aren't new. But you have to actually remember the amount of new players that have never experienced ARK Survival Evolved before, as weird as it sounds, and this is their first ARK. You know, there's so many new players that join the LoadedCrysis cluster. It's their first ever ARK. This is new to them. Like, you know, the Lava Elementals, Ragnarok, a lot of players that even did play ARK Survival Evolved, Ragnarok, they might not have played Ragnarok. A lot of people came when Genesis Part 2 came along. There was 248,000 players on Steam for Genesis Part 2. So some people actually only did the Genesis side of things. So Ragnarok came out in 2017, so it's been 8 years since people have seen this map. So this is a new experience for a lot of players, and that's the thing. That's why I put that video together, because I want to do a full video of new creatures. They're not currently available on ARK Survival Ascended, and they will be currently available on June 2nd if they hit the date. So Nakatas has given us an update. Obviously, we know that, in June, so not only, it's going to be quite a content-packed next 2 months for the game. And also, obviously, Valguero is still meant to come in August, if that actually happens. But once Unreal Engine is out and Rag is out, there is a major update also coming to Astraeos, which Astraeos is a brilliant map if you haven't played it. It's huge. It's the biggest map, official ARK map there's ever been. And Nakatas went on today to say the next major update of Astraeos also comes with an Aberration fertile area, a medium-sized cave filled with Aberration fertile biome creatures and resources. I also plan to scatter more Aberration resources over the map to make it balanced and not only available in one area. There is no full-fledged Aberration biome and element planned for Astraeos, but I'll still try to bring most of the Aberration resources and creatures to Astraeos if they fit into the biomes. Very, very interesting fact about Astraeos is that there was a major performance upgrade to it not long ago, because basically what was happening is, because Astraeos has so many different parts of the ARK DLCs built into it, it's not a story DLC, as many of you will know, but because they were using all the files from like all the maps, and that's why when Astraeos launched there was a lot of lag. So basically what Nakatas did in the wildcard team is they worked on basically rendering different files that might look slightly different from the DLCs. It's mainly the colors, I think, look a bit different to if you were to actually play Aberration. So the Aberration biome will look like Aberration. The colors may be a little bit different, but that meant that there was major performance improvements on Astraeos. So everything looks exactly the same. It's just a few colors would be different if you played a certain DLC, which I thought was great. What we want as long-term ARK players is performance improvements. I've said that in many videos before, and that's what's hugely important. Final reminder from myself that on the 20th of May, Studio Wildcard are going to be sunsetting a bunch of inactive servers. This is in preparation for one of the reasons is in preparation for the launch of Ragnarok, because as Wildcard they say over time when a new map comes out, the servers fill up because so many people are playing it, and then over time these servers become ghost towns as players have dropped off and are waiting for the next major content release. So these servers, as I've said, I've scrolled down and most of them are PvP. There's a few PvE ones, all in preparation for Ragnarok. Also, another great point my team have talked to me about is that Ragnarok was huge for PvP back on ARK Survival Evolved. So I do think Studio Wildcard are expecting to see a bit of a rise in PvP players. I know it's not really the most, it's been a struggling position for this new game. PvP is still so popular on the old game, but nowhere near as popular on the new game. But we are expected to see a big jump for player count. If you haven't seen my player count video, I think I did yesterday, that was sort of showing you guys at the moment where we are with ARK, kind of the trends when it falls and when it drops. And I think the biggest actual jump we've had in players was, so for launch we had 98,000 players playing ARK Survival Ascended. Then it massively dropped and went through this stage of just no one was playing it. Aberration came out and it went up to 44,000 concurrent players. This is just on Steam, by the way. On consoles put together, I think there's, from what we know in 2024, there was 213,000 concurrent on all platforms. But when Ragnarok comes out, it's actually expected to see the biggest player boost we have seen since the game's launched. I have no idea what I'm expecting, to be honest. I potentially think on Steam we could see 50,000 players plus. Some people may say that's absolutely ridiculous, Dom, but if we look at past stuff, as I said, Aberration had 44,000, Extinction had close to 40,000, I think it might have hit 40,000, the Center was about 30,000, and for Astraeos, which, no one really knew about that map because it hasn't been part of the old game, there was around 32,000. So for Ragnarok having so much hype behind it, with a lot of players saying they're returning for Ragnarok, I am expecting at least a 50,000 player count plus for this map. I'm really looking forward to it. I know a lot of you guys are too, and let's hope Studio Wildcard deliver with the Unreal Engine update. So a final recap from me. I just wanted to say thank you for all of the support recently on all of the new merch we launched recently. As you will see along this way, you will actually find our range of merch, and it's been brilliant. As I've releasing it for the first time, we weren't actually going to release it till Ragnarok, but there's going to be special limited edition Ragnarok stuff going on. We've got special cluster merch that'll be launching with Ragnarok 2, so I'm looking forward to that. And a final shout out to the LoadedCrysis cluster. We're now pushing. We just pushed over 4,700 members in the Discord. We're pushing close to that 5,000 mark. And if you want to grab your spot for Ragnarok Ascended, the servers are completely free. We do have shops if you want to purchase stuff, but if not and you just want to play the game completely free and just grind, that's what it's here for. You'll never have to pay anything to join a server. They'll always be completely free to play on no matter what, and that will never change. So if you want to come and join us, the way it's going to be working for launch day, because I've had a lot of questions saying, Dom, on your cluster, how's Ragnarok going to work? Currently we've got 2 PvP servers because that wasn't as popular. It's starting to get more popular now. PvP will be getting 100 slot Ragnarok server to start things off, and we work by demand, similar to how Wildcard do things. On launch, PvE will have 2 Ragnarok servers, and if they start to break close to the 100 slot and it gets to a point where players are like, I don't have a slot for Ragnarok, if it's that popular, we will be going with the flow with these servers, and we will have a certain amount of servers for, you'll never basically not have a slot. So we will be going by demand and making sure you guys have a space, whether that is PvP or PvE, and that's how we work here on the Loaded Crisis cluster. It's going to be an exciting time. I can't wait to see all of you guys in and just having fun, whether you're playing on your own server, your own cluster, or anything like that. Let's all join together and truly I think it was Rasclock did a stream the other day I was watching, saying goodbye to, you know, the old Ragnarok, and it's going to be so nice to return to a map that is so loved by the community. Whether you don't like it, you might want to give it a try again and see if it is your type of map within the new update. I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.